Classic Restos, proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance and Main Lube Lubricants. G'day, I'm Fletch, and this is Classic Restos. It's the classic car show that showcases vehicles from yesteryear. These are the lucky ones. These vehicles have survived. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Australia's most favourite classic car show, Classic Restos.
G'day and welcome to another exciting episode of Classic Restos. Of course, not possible without the continued support of my major sponsors. You know who they are, Shannons Insurance and Main Lube Lubricants. Shannons Insurance, where would we be without them? When it comes time for that classic insurance for that car, that bike or that truck or even your home, make sure that you are with the best in the business. Pick up the phone and give Shannons a call, 134646. You can visit Shannons online at shannons.com.au. They've got a very comprehensive website, and while you're there, you can also watch catch-up episodes of Classic Restos there as well. Main Lube Lubricants, how awesome are these people? Send away an oil sample from your engine, transmission, gearbox or diff and receive a report onto how your component is wearing on the inside. If you do find a little bit of a negative result, they can then help you with the product to make sure the wear doesn't become any worse on that item. Again, go to classicrestos.com.au to see all of the major sponsors or visit them directly, shannons.com.au and mainlube.com.au. And on today's show, I have travelled to Australia's capital territory to a massive car show that is a capital event in itself. This, my friends, is Summernats. The annual Street Machine Summernats Car Festival. It's Australia's biggest horsepower party. Created by the one with foresight and friend Chick Henry in 1988, the Summernats has taken on a life of its own and has become a genuine Aussie icon. The Summernats to some is a lifestyle, and that's it. Every year, up to 1,500 of the toughest Australian elite street machines descend on Exhibition Park in Canberra. Coming from around Australia and the world, this incredibly diverse tribe gathers to show off their love of the street machine to an enthusiastic crowd of over 85,000 people. The Summernats delivers 3.5 days of high-octane extreme auto action, including Australia's top street machine judging competition and more. So much more than a motor show, the Summernats is a celebration of the street machine lifestyle and the people who live it. The Summernats, it has an addictive atmosphere of its own. Induction that sucks you in, processes you, and then blows you away out through its own exhaust pipes. The Summernats, there's nothing quite like it. Here we go in the Elite Pavilion. Now this guy here, Jason Halloran, boy, we have a history. I go back with this bloke. How are you, buddy?
It's good to see my illegitimate father again.
Thanks, mate.
We always catch up at Summernats, don't we, Dad?
Yeah. Jason, for 2013, there's no doubt about it. The Elite Pavilion here, mate, it's always just 10 out of 10.
It is. The cars are cool. I think there's a lot of new styles. That's a very cliche thing, but there's also a lot of old school. We're standing in front of our little HB Tirana. It's got a 308 with a big blower in it, and it's done in an old school style, which is kind of almost like, it's starting to look like jewellery now, you know, retro jewellery, and people go, that's cool. Yeah. Then there's a sled, and then there's a modern car, so every single style and genre is celebrated. Yeah. You know, so.
Mate, could stand here and talk to you for ages.
Thanks very much, Fletch. Have a fantastic time, and Summernats is not Summernats unless the Fletchmeister is here.
Good on you, buddy. Go and get your Dagwood dog. Moving through Summernats 2013, we've got Lewis now. G'day, Lewis.
G'day, Fletch. How are you, mate?
Good, buddy. Self?
I'm well.
That's the way, mate. Talking of fat, have a go at this, would you?
Not me, the car.
No, not you personally, mate. I'd never say that about you, Lewis. No. But I will about your car. Have a go at this 1971 LC Tirana. Nice job.
Thank you very much, Fletch. 6 years in the build, mate. We're here. We made it. Top 60.
Mate, these Tiranas were never by any means a heavy vehicle. I mean, power to weight, this just must be a rocket ship.
It does well for a six-cylinder with a 671 blower. It's unreal.
What inspired you? How far does it go back with you and Tiranas?
My old man had them when I was a young fella. We were heading back from Melbourne one day in the car and decided to put a 671 on a red motor.
As you do, coming back from Melbourne.
Random, but we did it. Love Tiranas. Had a gazillion of them, and this is my dream car, and I built it.
Yeah. On the big scheme of things too, when we look at Tiranas, really they're getting in a bit of the rare bracket now, especially the LC, LJ. You wouldn't say that there's not hundreds around, is there?
Mate, they're rare as. I've been trying to find my missus a nice little four-door, nice little automatic grandma thing. Impossible to find. Yeah. You never find one.
And they used to come out with 138 red engines too.
Correct. 138 red engine came out in the early LCs.
Yeah. Your thoughts on Summernats for 2013?
Mate, unbelievable. The people, the cars, the atmosphere is great. It's the grand final of the car scene, in my opinion. Yeah. It's great. Yeah. You have to come. You have to be here.
That's it. It's a good line, Lewis, the old grand final of car events. There's no doubt about it, mate. Thanks for catching up with me and showing off your car.
Thank you very much, Fletch. Appreciate your time.
Before you go, what colour is that?
It's a custom mix orange, we'll call it. It's similar. It's based on like a Lone Ranger original LC GTR colour. Yep. But yeah, it's been a bit of a mix. Yeah.
We got Cole here now. G'day, Cole.
Hey Fletch, how are you?
Good, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, awesome, mate, awesome.
What do you think of Summernats for this year?
Mate, I live for this place, mate. I love it. So it's been good.
I can understand, mate, with this HT Holden. I mean, how bizarre is this?
Mate, yeah, I just love Holdens.
Well, you've gone to a lot of trouble. You've got the trumpets there hanging off the top of the old girl, the hole cut in the hood. You've gone all out.
Yeah, it's a 350 Chev, Hillborn injected. It's a turbo 350 transmission, 9-inch diff. I've mini-tubbed it. Yeah, it's a full hog, mate. It's all good.
Cole, when you first got the car, did you have it in your mind how it was going to look, or was it just like a progressive plan?
Mate, the car is exactly how I had it in my mind. I knew the colour, the trim, how I wanted to do the injection. The car was my old boss's car when I was a bloody apprentice. So I'm a apprentice motor trimmer, and he had it. He sold it to me, and I ended up buying it and redoing it up. Yeah, it's about an 8-year project.
Drive nice on the road?
Yeah, it does. Having a little bit of dramas with the injection, but no, it's all sorted out now, so it's all good.
No doubt about it. See, when you come to the Summernats, this is what you see. Guys that just never know when to stop.
Mate, Summernats is a family affair. It's your mates help you out, and all the people that get behind you, and just do what you got to do. So that's all good.
Good on you, Cole. Well, thanks for helping to keep the dream alive, mate, because it's you and a lot of other guys in this shed here today that really make Summernats what it is.
All right, thanks, Fletch. Thanks, Summernats. I love the place. Thank you.
See how Shannons Insurance can help you by calling 134646 for a quote. Welcome back. How good's this? Norm.
Fletch, how are you, mate?
Good, buddy. You know, it was only just a few weeks ago you're on Classic Restos. You're becoming a bit of a show pony, mate.
Yeah, getting used to it. Before we go any further, the tree has been stolen, mate. Since your episode, everyone wanted it and it's gone.
That's right. I don't know if you remember, we went to Norm's place, and his front lawn is the most nicest manicured lawn. You could bowl balls on his lawn, and then off to one side near the street there was this really crappy looking tree. So, mate, I've done you a favour.
You have, mate. Now I've just mow over it now. It's beautiful.
Okay, now on this note of talking to Norm recently on Classic Restos, he had the gorgeous 55 Chev. What a delightful car. To one side of the Chev in the garage was the 34. And I didn't feature too much of that because I knew that down the track it would come along. Here he is. You're in elite section of Summernats with the car. You've made it here. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Fletch. It's been a long road. It's a second year here. Hopefully we're qualifying for Maguire's again in July. That's the ultimate goal. Judging's in about half an hour, so we'll know then.
The eye for detail that you have is absolutely unbelievable. I'm sure you'll agree that watching this here, it just oozes charm what you've done here with the 34. Little things too, like under the dashboard, how that just pops down. You've got equipment in there, and then it just tucks back up under the dash again. Everywhere you look, there's something unique about this.
Every part on the car, you buy it, you look at it, how can I make it better? There's no off-the-shelf parts on here. If there is any, you look at how you make it better, you refine things, you polish, you plate, you chrome, you do whatever. You linish, and that's the difference between a elite car and the car just back up a little bit further, you know. To do what I've done is not a hard thing to do, it just takes time.
One thing that I respect you for too is that you haven't spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's a certain amount of a level of cleverness, just thinking about things, and there's other ways around things you can get by.
There is, mate. A lot of things are right in front of you. You go to Bunnings and look at kitchen door cupboards and some of the stainless handles, and some of the things are in front of you. You don't need to spend $1 million, you know. Anyone can metal polish. You can go to Bunnings and buy a kit for it. Anybody can go to tech and learn how to use a lathe. I've done all that, you know, for this car. So,
Norm, it's been absolutely fantastic catching up with you again, especially when you've got a second vehicle so close to the 55 in terms of only a few weeks ago. To pull it off and make the Summernats, you've done very, very well for yourself.
Thank you very much, Fletch. And you don't do it without a lot of help with our friends and family, and a lot of guys come down here to help me for the weekend, and I couldn't do it without any of them.
Time for Erin now. How are you, buddy?
Good, Fletch, yourself?
Good, mate. What have you done to your truck? It's got suspension dramas. It's sitting too close to the footpath.
No, I don't know how many times I answer the question, how the hell do you get over speed humps? Well, as you can, it's on airbag suspension for those who are uneducated. 51 Chev pickup, was an old farm hack, and as you can see, we've gone to town and made it what it is today.
It's not just restoring a vehicle, it's having the mindset as to how far to go. Yep. Big job, lot of work.
Big job, lot of work. It's been on and off the last 3 years. Never really had a solid tinker. It's just been a thrash here and a thrash there to get it done. Leading up to MotorX last year was 3 months solid. No sleep, stayed at the shop, didn't see the girlfriend to get it to where you see it today.
Yeah, right. So the girlfriend's happy that it's finished?
She is now. We'll see how it goes from now, though. Got a lot of brownie points to make up, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, 1951, the vehicle, it's no spring chicken. What sort of condition was it in when you got it?
It was a basket case. It looked good it was literally a barn find. I thought it was pretty good. Sending off to the sandblaster, and it pretty much the bottom 6 inches have all been replaced. So new floors, firewall, bottoms of the guards, bottoms of the doors, everything.
Run us through the engine and the driveline, Erin.
Engine. To start with, it's a bit of a budget build, so it's just a Holden 5 litre on straight gas, mild cam, full rebuild, Gilmer drive. Just a tough little cruiser that makes all the right noises.
Yeah. Go well?
It does go well. Yeah. Just chirps the wheels when it needs to. Yeah.
That's cool for a big vehicle. And I mean, and I think as I alluded to earlier about how clever you've been with this, I mean, it looks good, you've got to admit, the way it sits, the rounded lines. It's funny how we've done full circle. Once upon a time, vehicles were rounded. They were streamlined. Then we went square boxes, and now we're sort of back into that rounded era again.
And the curves. Well, that's what I love. This has been one of my bucket list cars, was a 48 shaped truck. This is a 51, but they're the same shape. But same thing, nice curves, nice round cab. But the thing I did with the back, usually they put like a square bread box tray on the back. So I tried to accentuate that and put some curves and add a bit of sledness to it just to make it my own. Good on you. Yeah.
Thanks, Erin. Good on you, buddy. It's nice catching up with you, mate. And, it's always good to have a truck on Classic Restos. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Fletch. Nice to meet you, mate. Cheers.
To find out more information of travelling the sensational Mother Road of Route 66 and to purchase the DVD box sets of Classic Restos and now Classic Restos T-shirts, go to classicrestos.com.au for more information. Righto, time for Wayne now. How are you, Wayne?
I'm good, Fletch. How are you?
Good, thanks, mate. When you see Chevs, a lot of 55s, they skip 56s and then lots of 57s. That's what I like about this. 1956 Chev. Have a go at it.
Yeah, it is. It's my favourite shape.
Mate, you're a bit of a humble kind of guy. You have done an extraordinary amount of work here. Just give us a quick rundown of the workmanship that you've put into this car.
Yeah, well, I bought the car when I was 15 and started building it up from there. Put a 9-inch, we mini-tubbed it, and just done a lot of little modifications to the car to make it better and how I like it.
Mate, as soon as you look through the door, the highly modified dashboard, it's only got one hump. They come standard with 2 humps. You've kept on going with this car.
Yeah, I just wanted a real plain look on the interior and something smooth and a bit more modern, Yeah. So I went for that. I got aftermarket gauges, and it all works well.
Mate, there's a lot to be said for simplicity. I mean, there's just less to go wrong.
Yeah, well, that's it, Less to clean, and easy to maintain.
Run us through the work you did with the gauges, Wayne, how you position those in the dash.
Yeah, what I did was I bought the gauges from Classic Instruments. They came from the States. And normally they got the original bezel that goes around the gauges. I eliminated that, and I got a 5mm plate of steel. Got it laser cut out the shape I wanted, welded the steel in, and then mounted the gauges from the black, so they all look flush mounted, recessed.
Clever black. I mean, you look inside the interior, you can smell the leather, the quality. It just gushes out of this car. Around under the bonnet, engine, tell us what's going on there.
Yeah, it's a 350 Chev, solid flat tappet cam. Sounds the part, goes all right. And it's all been detailed, deburred and everything. Yeah, so.
Mate, shaved engine bay, no wiring. You got some good secrets going on there too.
Yeah, I wanted the smooth look throughout the whole car, underneath, in the boot, in the engine bay, the whole deal. So,
Auto electrician's nightmare.
yeah, well, that's it. I do most electrical myself, so...
That's the thing, you get to know your car so well. Electric solenoid there to activate the glove box.
Yeah, I use that. It's actually a fuel lock off some sort of late model car, can't remember. Yeah. And I just use that, so that way normally there's a button that you can lock the glove box, but I just wanted the dash nice and smooth, so yeah.
You know, underneath this car is as good as on top and everywhere else. Love this at Summernats. It's not very many shows you get to see mirrors under the cars to display the extra workmanship there. That just goes without saying when you look underneath.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time and, you know, rubbing back the floors. And first I scraped off all the proof coating, the stone guard they put. And, then by the time we high-filled it and done all that, you know, it's a lot of work. But it's good to clean and that and maintain, so, yeah.
But, Wayne, it's such a good-looking car. I mean, how much style? I mean, you look at a wide shot here down the profile down one side of this car. It's just it's a gorgeous car. In terms of the drivability, how's that?
Yeah, the car drives really, really good, you know, considering it's still got leaf springs in the back, but it's got fully adjustable shocks in all four corners and aftermarket control arms, and it drives really nice.
Pillarless too, mate. Can't beat that either.
Yeah, can't beat the pillarless, mate. Yeah. No,
all right. Take me hat off to you. Good on you, Wayne. Love your car, mate. What do you say about this? Just gorgeous. Good on you, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks, mate.
Hang on. Speaking of congratulations, you got yourself a trophy too, didn't you?
Yeah, two trophies. Yeah, I got.
What categories?
I got top custom classic and I got in the top 20. So.
Bragger. Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Moving through, well, the main reason I'm here, as every year, see this guy, Owen Webb. How are you, buddy?
I'm fantastic, Fletch. How you doing?
I'm doing very, very well. Mate, you've done it again. You do it everywhere I go, and you've any show that this man's got something to do with is always a pearler.
Look, thanks for that. It's I can only help sort of put it together and judge it and oversee it, but at the end of the day, we've just had the awards presentation, and it is absolutely all about the cars and the people that put all that stuff together. This is just an amazing event.
More new cars this year too, Owen?
Yeah, look, I've said a couple of times already, what really, I guess, it makes the show different is that I looked at the cars that missed the top 20, and there's 5 cars there that pretty much any other year would have made the top 20. So that obviously means there's newer cars and also, I guess, better cars.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this is just a whole reflection of the industry, the way of, it's developing forward progression, products that are available now, more guys restoring more cars. I mean, it's not dead and buried by a long shot, it's just getting more exciting each year.
Yeah, look, it is, and if you read the papers and listen to the news, all you hear is about this doom and gloom. I think that our modified car industry is absolutely booming, as we saw through Motorex, as we've seen through. I was just at a show in Queensland. It was up. Every show I go to is actually up in attendance and up in participation entrance as well. But the other thing I've noticed is that I've got 2 years out for the next Motorex and for the next Summernats this year. I've already got more than 10 cars on both those lists for unveiling.
That's wonderful. When you speak to people, representatives, say from Shannons Insurance, they'll tell you that there's over 800 car shows a year that they attend, which is just marvellous too. And I mean, they can see what's happening as well. I don't know where it's going to end. I mean, hopefully it never will.
Hopefully it never will. It just keeps people like us, I won't say employed, but at least happy.
Yeah. Well, we think we are most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it just great to be involved with this whole... I call it an industry because it supports so many businesses, and it really is an industry, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. It is. Keep up the good work, mate. Always good to catch up with you, Owen Webb, and take care, mate.
Thanks, Fletch.
Right, we've got Michael Brown now. How are you, Michael?
Not bad, Fletch. How's yourself?
Good, mate, good. Now, surname of Brown car. Before we go any further, is this a Fat Hornet or what? Mate, what a car.
Oh, I'd like to think so, but I wouldn't say it's brown.
Well, is it Coca-Cola?
It's actually a PPG Vibrance colour called Burnt Orange, which it sort of goes a bit gold, goes a bit Coca-Cola, reddish, black in the right lights. It's a bit of a strange colour.
Mate, very, very metallic.
Yeah, very much so. You should see it out in the light.
I could imagine one of these colours that, like you say, just changes with its atmosphere around it.
Yeah, it does. It's a really strange colour.
Let's talk about the engine. Now, I want you to give us a quick run-through on what you've done there because, mate, that just looks absolutely amazing.
It's a 3.5 Windsor dart block, 9.5 deck height, stroke to 427 with an 871 supercharger sitting on top and Morrison injection on top of that.
Driveline?
C4 built by Yales Race Glades and a fabricated 9-inch forelink.
Yeah, she's one tough unit. I tell you what, it's almost an unbreakable package. What does it feel like when you bring the power on nice and slowly? I mean, it must just really nail you to the seat.
Not really, because it just breaks into wheel spin.
Yeah.
We've never been able to keep traction with it yet.
Totally useless, basically.
Depends on what you want to do.
Good on you, Michael. Mate, beautiful car, something very, very different. You also got an award here today as well.
We did. We're actually in the top 20, which is pretty cool.
Congratulations. Thanks for your time. Great catching up, mate. And just good to see blokes doing innovative and creative things with their cars. Good on you.
Thank you very much, Fletch.
Well, there we go. A little bit of Summernats for 2013. You've seen it first on Classic Restos. Now, classicrestos.com.au. Now, that's the website that you need because you can see how my major sponsors are willing to help you. It's also the website for the DVD boxed sets of Classic Restos to find out more information about travelling the sensational Mother Road, Route 66. And, of course, in the merchandising section, Classic Restos T-shirts. It's all there, classicrestos.com.au. Now, as I say at the end of every show, no matter where you're watching Classic Restos from, until next week, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch, and I thank you for watching.
Don't forget to like Classic Restos on Facebook. Facebook.com/Classic Restos TV. And episodes can be seen at Shannons.com.au. Well, there goes another Classic Restos. Thanks for riding along with me. For DVD sets and to contact the major sponsors, go to classicrestos.com.au. Classic Restos, proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance and Main Lube Lubricants.